Hi friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy. And friends, I have a fun recipe for you today. Yes, we're doing more Mexican because my husband and I love Mexican food, but I'm going to show you a fun way to add more protein to your taco meat mixture. If you're going to make tacos or burritos or enchiladas or like whatever, whatever you're making with ground beef, there's a great way to add some extra protein to it. It does add a little extra flavor. Don't let the aversion that a lot of people have to cottage cheese deter you from trying this, friends, because it is fantastic. I learned this on another channel that I watch. She puts cottage cheese in her taco meat mixture, and it is so tasty. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna make a different style of a taco casserole. We have not done this one before, so this is a new one. It is not necessarily low carb. It does have crushed up tortilla chips in the bottom, but you know what, friends? You guys know I had an extremely busy day today. An extremely busy day tomorrow too, so I've only had a smoothie today, and so I'm ready to eat something with a little bit of substance to it, so I'm okay with having some tortilla chips in the bottom of my tacos. So let's get this casserole made. I have my ground beef cooked up over on the stove. Let's go season it. Let's get our cottage cheese in there, and let's get this in the oven. Friends, we're gonna season this up a little bit. We're gonna put in a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. The recipe calls for calls for garlic powder and onion powder. I have dehydrated onion and dehydrated garlic. That's what I'm going to use. I would much prefer to use that. I love that this recipe does not call for taco seasoning because I'm trying to avoid buying commercial taco seasoning if I don't have to. So that was a little bit of onion. We're going to put in a little bit of garlic. All right, let's put in a little bit of chili powder. A little bit of cumin. I love cumin. Then we're going to put a little bit of smoked paprika. We're going to let this cook for just a couple of minutes with our ground beef, and then we're going to add in our cottage cheese, and then we're going to head over and put this casserole together. It goes together super quick. Like I said, it doesn't take very long. We're going to get this put together and get this put in the oven, and then I am going to go sit down, get off my knee for a little bit. It's starting to heat up. I'm going to go ahead and throw my cottage cheese in here. I'm going to put a good half cup in here because, like I said, I love what this cottage cheese does for the ground beef. The moisture that it adds to it, the extra creaminess that it adds to it. And I'm telling you, friends, that once you put this in the oven and you cook it, or if you cook it on the stove, let it cook for about 15-20 minutes and you won't even know that that cottage cheese is in there. But this is a great way to get some extra protein. I'm not going to worry about cooking this down because I'm going to put this in the oven. It's going to cook the rest of the way in there. So we're going to head on over and get it put together. All right, so I've got my baking dish. I'm going to put a good layer of tortilla chips in the bottom. I don't want to get too many in the bottom. I do want to save a few for to have with our dinner. So it looks like a good amount right there. I think we're good right there. Right, here's our ground beef mixture. You can see that cottage cheese is already starting to melt down into that ground beef. Like I said, you won't even know that it's there. got a can of black beans that I opened. We're gonna put some black beans down. Let's get those spread out a little bit. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of corn in here, not a bunch. I think I have a bag already open, hold on. All right, just a thin layer. Just like that. Gonna put on some cheese. I want a good layer of cheese on this. So I'm gonna open my other package. Now we'll see what the cheese ratio looks like. And we may end up adding just a little bit more the last few minutes that it's in the oven, because I want a really good amount of cheese on this. Right, this is gonna go in the oven 350 for about 20 minutes till everything is heated through. I am gonna cover it just so we don't burn our cheese. All right, friends, our dinner's almost ready. We are gonna make some fresh guacamole really quick. I've had a lot of people asking me how I make my guacamole. Nothing super hard, nothing super special, but it is delicious. Let's get it made. Gonna cut my avocado. Hopefully this is a good one.
Ice on the roof. We're drier than we thought. Jason's getting stressed because he knows he has to get up every hour and move or elevate, and really realizing how much that's going to add to our time today. But we're just going to take it
Beautiful.
And it's going to be fine.
So I just scoop it out right into my bowl. Now some people like lime juice, some people like lemon. It just whatever you prefer, whatever citrus is your favorite. That's what I would use. I put a little bit of lime juice in there.
So the piece was, I don't know, about the size of a slice of orange or something. So good news,
give it a good squeeze.
Fragments of the ice, but bad news is that should have never happened. And thankfully, I don't think it's messed up anything on the bus. It's just delaying this a little bit.
So this is what I use. This is my seasoning. I don't put anything else in it. This is a guacamole seasoning that is made by a Pampered Chef. I used to sell Pampered Chef years ago, and I was introduced to this when it first came out. It is my favorite. I love this stuff. I keep several containers on hand all the time. And then I just simply mash it. I just mash my avocado with that little bit of lime juice, that Pampered Chef guacamole seasoning. It is the best. I want to look at and the ingredients are listed there. I want to really look at the ingredients, and I want to figure out what they put in it, because I know eventually they're going to stop selling it, and I want to know what they put in it so I can recreate that, because I just love the combination that's in it. It's so delicious. I am not somebody that likes a whole lot of like chopped onion and tomato, and I just don't. I want pure avocado, nothing else in it, just avocado. All right, let's check on our dinner. Let's look at it. It looks beautiful. I definitely think that I want more cheese on here. I am a cheese fanatic, so we are going to grate up some more cheese on here, because I don't think that's enough. I'm going to put this back in the oven for just a couple of minutes, just while I finish getting everything else together for it. We're just going to have this simply with some chips or some tortillas. I have some small carb balance soft taco tortillas, and we'll end up using those. I'm going to put some olives on this. As you guys know, I love olives, so this heavy He's totally okay with olives. If you're not an olive fan, don't put them on. I'm gonna shred up a little bit of lettuce, dice up some tomato, and that is gonna be how we dress this. We'll have some sour cream and guacamole on the table. Hubby sometimes does sour cream, sometimes he doesn't. It just depends on what he's feeling that night. So I'm not gonna put sour cream on his. I'll let him do that at the table if he wants to. A little more cheese.
Drop it down in the comments. Let us know if you'd like a cookbook, because we make a lot of cool things that we can share with you. So we're curious if you guys would want one of those.
Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, so I'll put this back in the oven for just a couple of minutes. Got all of my black olives here. Probably won't need this whole can, but we will put some on here.
And typically we're here in the winter.
Right.
And you know, last year we were here and we drove over the pass and came through here, but I don't remember it being this pretty. I mean, this
The
is
aspens are
stunning.
full bloom and you can see everything. Normally it's just covered in
All right,
snow.
that's probably
It's
enough.
really cool.
All right, it's gonna go back in the oven for just a couple of minutes. Finish melting that cheese, get our lettuce shredded up, our green onion sliced, and we'll be ready. I'm gonna slice up just a couple of green onions. You don't need a bunch, but I do want a little bit on there.
It is actually the highest pass in central Colorado. Didn't realize that because it's just
We'll just do 2. That should be enough. Green onion.
Give it much thought today, but it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it does have up to 8% grades. And it's almost
A little bit of tomato. I have some little
so really,
cherry tomatoes. I think that's what I'm gonna end up using. I've got some lettuce here.
but since we're dry, we need to stop.
So I'm just gonna take a little chunk off of this lettuce and shred it.
Just give him a different position. And if you don't know, Jason had a hip replacement, a full hip replacement, 2 weeks, 5 days ago. And the crazy thing is he's been off breakfast and stayed high. And so kids and I look at you like, well, why can't you do this? Because you're moving around like normal. But it's still very serious. I mean, he's almost 3 weeks post-op. He's totally cleared to drive. He's fine doing this today. But
All right, I'm gonna just dice up these cherry tomatoes. Like I said, I'm not doing the whole casserole, so I don't want too much on there, because we can shred up some more cheese, we can dice up some more tomatoes, we can do all those things when we eat leftovers tomorrow. So
It feels great to be back in the seat. You know.
all right, let's get hubby some of this. Like I said, most likely he will eat his with a low carb tortilla. He has been out working all day, so I'm going to give him a pretty hefty serving. I'm not going to put his stuff on top of it. We're just going to do it on the side. That way he can just add it to his taco if he wants to. A little bit of green onion, a little bit of tomato. Put on some of this delicious guacamole.
Jen, as a beauty creator, one thing I've learned is that our teeth deserve to be
All right, there it is, friends. All right, friends, we are gonna go enjoy this delicious taco casserole. It smells incredible. I know hubby's hungry. I know I am. This is gonna be delicious. Hope you guys are enjoying this series that we're doing. We are, I don't even know like we're number 10, I think. Can't keep track. Anyway, this is another delicious one. I hope you guys will give this one a try. You can modify this one to delete things that you don't like, add things if you want to, whatever you want to do to it. It's going to be delicious. Hope you guys will give it a try. If you guys have a fun recipe that you want to share with me, leave that in the comments down below. I would love to try some of your recipes if you got a fun one. And friends, we will talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.